Hey you guys, this is another recommendation or a little Q&A because I just was writing with another viewer about issues with studying and understanding and making fast progress in the German language. And I found out that there is a book similar to this one, which I use for learning Swedish. I found out that there is a similar one for German, and it's called Deutsch als Fremdsprache. Deutsch als Fremdsprache means German as a foreign language. It's also kind of a standing phrase, which is used as a title for university classes. Deutsch als Fremdsprache is taught in German institutions or in university, and it's all sorts of German classes for foreigners. And so I found that there is a book like this, and it uses English language as a base. So if you know the English language, you will be able to study German at home by yourself with a book like this. And my preferred method to learn any language is combine these PONS books with the Babbel app. Like, I'm a huge fan of the Babbel app. I'm not sponsored at all by them. I wish I was. But I'm just so happy with this app because it is easy to use. You need 20 minutes per day or per session to make use of this app. I usually just get my phone out on the bus and then I go through either the repetition of vocabulary, like there's a section like follow up, repeat, stuff like that. And so I just use that. Or if I have time and I feel committed, I go to the next lesson or section, and I just find that the perfect mix because sometimes you don't feel like learning something new, you're not ready. Please don't wait for the moment when you feel like you're ready. You're never ready. Just do it anyway. Okay, it's the same as with competition, in a sport or something. How do you do it? Like, I'm scared. How do you do it? Well, you just do it scared. So how do you do it if you're not motivated? You just do it unmotivated. It's like work. Are you motivated to get on a bus when it's raining and you know that your boss is going to be in a bad mood and you don't want to be at your workplace, but you need the money, right? So you just go there. So you want to learn German or not? So if you want to learn German, you just get on the bus and learn fucking German. Do it on your way to work. So anyway, I mean, that's one thing public transport is good for, learning languages. Anyway, so I really like these books. And the reason why I use both a book and an app is that it's just less tiring. It's more motivating. And in the evening when I finish my day, for me that's kind of a little bit like hiking. When you do a longer hike, maybe you don't, but if you do a longer hike and you're getting to the end of your day, your section, and that is when I'm thinking, can I do one more kilometer? Can I walk a little bit further? Can I make it to a better campsite? Like, I had this when I did a long distance hike in Sweden, and it was just motivating me to think, like, how could I do one more? It's the same in the gym. If someone would pay me $1,000, could I do one more rep? And if I could do that, then I do it to failure. Like, I always train to failure. But anyway, that's another problem for another video. And I think in the exact same way about language, because if you don't train to failure, if it doesn't hurt at least a little bit, and you feel a little bit overwhelmed, then your brain doesn't have to work. Your brain works when it's hard. Your brain learns new things only when it's hard. When it's easy, you're strengthening the connections that you have already created. But the new connections, they are only built when you learn difficult new stuff that is annoying and hard. And if it doesn't feel like that, you're not doing it right. So whenever you get to this point where you feel like giving up, that is the point where you should keep going. So I just hope this motivates you a little bit. And maybe you can do like me, just whenever you have this idle time where you usually mindlessly scroll through TikTok or some other stupid app, open your language app instead. You don't have to buy Babbel. I bought it. It cost me like 150 or something. I bought this once. I'm gonna be good forever. I'm gonna learn probably a bunch of other languages too. So it's gonna be useful to me at some point. And I think it's better than giving into this subscription trap. That kind of becomes problematic when you're a little bit of a procrastinator, which I am. And so I like to combine this effect, this freedom of an app, being able to study whenever I want, to rehearse my vocabulary whenever I want. I like to combine that with the more stressful way of learning of a book, because you really have to concentrate on that. You cannot just listen to it. You cannot just fill in a bunch of empty fields in the text. And it's also great because these books, they have audio CDs with them, but you can also download the MP3 files from their website. And these files, they come in really, really handy when you have an app like YouTube Music installed, because in YouTube Music, for instance, you have the library option. And in that library, you can see all your albums. And so this will be a proper album because all the metadata is edited in the right way. And it's really just very useful. I download the MP3 files and then I just take this book with me to bed or sometimes also to the bus, and then I will read Swedish stuff or Chinese, like the other language that I'm looking into right now is Chinese. Anyway, so these are my tips for you, how to combine different media. I really recommend using as many different types of media as you can, and once you reach, let's say, B2 level or maybe C1 level, you should also try improving your listening comprehension by watching TV shows or listening to podcasts or something like that. I prefer shows, but they are kind of intense and they steal a lot of your time. It's not a very efficient method to learn. It's really more something you do when you are already good at a language, but you want to improve your everyday language, your colloquial language use. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions, and thanks for watching.